Did want to talk some Detroit Lions, though, and I'm hearing a whole lot of talk today that Dallas Cowboys was released this morning, that they will release Jalen Smith, their linebacker. That will come, I guess, by later on in the day. I think by 4 o'clock is the number that they have to do it. And a lot of people, DMAC, are talking about how the Lions should take that as an opportunity to jump in there and get in the mix for Jalen Smith. And while you've heard me, this is going to sound really weird, so stay with me here for a minute. While you've heard me talk about the Lions linebacking situation and how bad it is, and you don't have to believe me, you can watch film with Joique, and he'll break it down.
We suck again.
I'm sorry, but the linebackers haven't been good for a while. But anyway, with that being said, everyone's initial reaction is to jump on that Jalen Smith bandwagon and say, all right, we got to go get Jalen Smith. And just, I'm not here for that. Dude's got a cap hit of $9.8 million this year, $6.8 million next year, which I understand he'll be released. But DMAC, as you and I were talking about, it's not like he's going to take the veteran minimum to roll in here and say, oh, I'm going to go play for the Detroit Lions. And if he's not going to do that, Darren, I'm not interested. I'm interested in rookie contracts.
Well, it ruins the play that we talk about all the time that we're in agreement with. You got to hit on your first, second rounders, get to that second contract, and work on the draft capital. So that's where the big play is here if the Lions are sticking to their game plan. Now, in a perfect world, he would take the minimum because he's getting a buyout and stuff like this, but at his age, it's not going to happen. So it's one of these things that I'm sure he's going to look to go get his money, and he's not in the mood for a rebuild. So this should be a hard pass, in my opinion, just because what we're trying to put in place and how we're trying to get ahead as a Lions organization.
Am I on to something here, Joique?
Yes and no. Anyone that we're bringing in, any veterans that we're bringing in to be a part of this culture here, we have to make sure that they fit the scheme in 31 games. Are they going to be here in 31 games? Or are they going to help us in 31 games? Because right now, that's what we're building towards. I don't want guys to fill in for this year or next year, but if they're part of a bigger picture, a bigger plan, then yes, bring them in. But for him, no, not right now. If he comes in, like you said, he comes in for minimum, and he can come and he can instill some game in the younger linebackers, then I'm all for it.
He ain't coming for the minimum, Joique.
Huh?
He's not coming for the minimum.
I understand that.
There'll be a lot of suitors out there.
There'll be a lot of
Pay
suitors.
that man his money.
That's the thing.
No, Teddy KGB. We're not paying that man his money.
No one's going to trade and take that cap hit, though.
No, yeah, and no one's going to do that. So he's going to be released at 4 o'clock. Right. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And someone's going to give him money. But look, I know the fantasy football nature of the way we are, and I catch myself doing it too. I'm not going to be critical of everybody and say I don't do it sometimes too. But the Patriots are releasing Stephon Gilmore, so I know everybody looks to that as well. I'm not interested, guys, because you know where I stand. Hashtag 2023. I got to get those shirts out. Honolulu Blue with the silver hashtag 2023. We're 4 of 34 in. That's the path right now. And I'm not interested in bringing in contracts or bringing in big money because the currency in the National Football League is rookie contracts, cap space. That's it. The talent follows that. When you have the rookie contracts, you get them on talent. That's the discount to market for the economic majors out there, which I am certainly not. But I do understand supply and demand, and I do understand value. That's the currency in the NFL because that's where the value is. When you have a Patrick Mahomes type on a rookie contract, that's where you're getting over.
You got to base it, right? Where you either building it on the lines or whatever, but on your offense or defense to have 5 or 6 guys that you hit with because then you can build around and then you can plug and place different guys in. So it's so important for your foundation, I believe, Neil, right? Your foundation, if your quarterback is drafted, that's a double bonus because what do they make it, $40 million now, 35, 40, right, on their contract. So
they're up in that Joique Bell stratosphere now.
Yeah, I'm
close. By 2023 they will be, but that's the whole thing. So now the game is you can't go out and piece it all together. I mean, one year you can go for it and stuff, but to be successful over time, we got to hit on these draft picks. So it's a build. So it even leads more to what we're saying. Stay away from these guys if 2023 is still at play. So you don't mess around the cap space and because a lot of GMs and a lot of teams, they try to get it now, and then next thing you know, a couple years later, they're screwed.
You know
right?
what I seen?
Because they can't get the guy they need to get them over the edge because they paid too much down the road or had to take on too many contracts. So that's why we have to put the trust in Brad Holmes and what we're developing, and it's patience.
Well, Joique, my question to you is, as a guy that...
I want to harp on that real quick about Stephon Gilmore. I want to... This guy has started in every game he's ever played except for 2 games, all right? He has 25 interceptions in his career. And when I look at him, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me a little bit of Rasheed Mathis, a seasoned veteran who came to Detroit on a team where we drafted Slay, right? And he molded Slay. And he was able to instill in him a lot of things that he learned throughout his time in the NFL. I could see him coming here and being that same mentor to a Jeff Okudah, all right? Dropping that game in that DB room, having a guy there that the players respect. And when I say respect, I'm talking about their body of work. Now, that's what we're lacking. That's what we're missing right now, is that guy they can look at his body of work and say, oh, yeah, give me all your knowledge. I'll be your pupil. I'll be that. I want to take it all in. You know, we don't have that here.
Can I ask you a question, Joique? But that has to come from that type of player wanting to be that and not still wanting to sort of concentrate and play or go for the money or whatever else, right? Yeah. So that player has to say, hey, I'm at the point in my career where I can help this team, and then they want to figure out a win-win.
Yeah.
A lot of guys aren't like that because the career's so short, so they got to get their money.
Because where's your loyalty, right? Where's your loyalty? And right now, depending on who you are as a player, I was willing to take a pay cut to stay here in Detroit. Of course, I have my fine line of where I'm going to drop down to. Right? But I was willing.
That's not a pay cut, a discount. A discount
Joique
to market.
Has his bottom line.
It's a pay cut.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
I'm back in business, baby.
Was that euphemism where you try to downplay it? Like no, it was a pay cut. It was a pay. I was taking a pay cut.
See, Joique, you can't say it that way because that demeans your value. You got to say I'll take a discount to market. Doesn't that sound better, Art?
Right.
No comment. No comment.
It's kind of like R squared. And so to a certain length. And so when I had my discussion, or I would say my back and forth with the Lions, on my negotiations rather, I decided no, that's too far on the market value.
Well, Dan, here's the deal.
All right. And so that's when I walked away. But my loyalty was with I would not have did a discount with any other team in the NFL. No other team. But I did it here in Detroit because of my love for the city and my loyalty for the city.
That money.
Yeah, But
because that's how we were talking about like Michigan play-by-play job. That's how I would be for Detroit or like Orlando or Miami, Phoenix. Somewhere that I would like to be. Somewhere where I as I get older, that's like to have the weather and all that kind of stuff. The tax discounts
and the tax, all of that plays a major.
All of it plays a part.
And I know guys who left Detroit to go down to states that don't have state tax. Because they don't have they can keep some of their money. They can protect their money, a little bit better. So, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game.
Money.
We do.
We need it.
We do love that money, man. That's Ricky Bobby on there, right?
Yeah.
Steve R says, so today's National Coaches Day. How do you think Urban is being celebrated? LOL. That is pretty
great.
good. I'm seeing some people too on our YouTube chat thread that are saying I would pick up Stephon Gilmore. Chuck Brewer says Gilmore goes to Tampa, and I could certainly
see that.
I could certainly see that, but I'm not interested here because my plan.
Is it Tampa the Lakers now? Are they getting?
That's what I said before, and you said no.
No, he goes there they're definitely the Lakers. I mean, people are going, but that's what I'm talking about. Now, his loyalty isn't to Tampa. It's to winning. Because he's at the point now, okay, I have my bag. I just want to win right now. I want to get some more rings. I want to secure my legacy. That's what he's doing going down there. And players are taking pay cuts to play in Tampa because of Brady and their opportunity to win.
Yeah, I mean, he's a man. He's made almost $82 million in the league. Yeah, he's got his cake.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the $82 million, so he probably touched about 48 million of that.
You're going to find out motivations, right? You're going to find out championship
Yeah.
motivations. Obviously, Gilmore goes to Tampa, or if Smith goes, somewhere that you would expect that. But, again, when a guy's later on in their career, and Smith isn't, but, Gilmore a little bit, right? You don't know what his motivations are. So, it'll be interesting to see, but I don't expect him here. And I don't think we should go at him. It'd be something that he'd want to come for the right price.
And I would say probably to me that the Jalen Smith thing makes a little more sense just in they drafted Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons took that locker room by storm, took that linebacker position by storm. I mean, isn't that funny how guys like Jalen Smith can get expendable real quick when you hit on a rookie and your first-round draft pick is excellent at his position, a lot like Micah Parsons is. And that's where we saw that impact. That changes a team. That changes the fabric of a team. That changes the makeup of a team, and Micah Parsons is on a rookie contract, man.
Well, it is. And
he's slicing it up there for Dallas.
What's that? Slicing it up there for Dallas, and that's where it is.